See Donning Armor's in the house. I don't know if anyone else is listening, but here we go. Well, I was really upset by the whole Oscar fiasco, and it's probably wrong in the manner in which I express my feelings. But there are, on certain cultural issues, there are certain times, there are certain feelings that you can't necessarily express today. And I was going to do a show called Black Privilege and White Guilt. And I know it's on this racing, but it really does bother me. He wants a link. All right, I'm gonna give a link to Donnie. See if he has any interesting take on the Oscars. But there's an aspect that really does bother me on what's allowed to be talked about culturally. Where you're having troubles. Having troubles with my connection. Okay, so yeah, it says I'm having troubles with my connection. Please check internet connection. Thank God, World War III and COVID, and now we're just about the Oscars. Well, Donning Armor is here, so I guess they were having some trouble with my connection. But Donning, how are you? I guess what won Best Picture? Donning, I don't know. I don't think I watched it. I think it was about deaf people, so they couldn't hear the jokes and the slap. They could only see it. Donning, are you there?
Yeah, homie, I'm here, bro.
Well, what did you think of the whole slap?
I thought it was hilarious. And I mean, absolutely disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. But I don't really watch that stuff, bro. Um, it just looked like a normal day. I mean, that's how it works everywhere else. I think the only reason why people were offended was because this time it happened at the Oscars. Ooh, with the ritzy, artsy fartsy folks, right? With the elitists that never have to deal with it. That's how it works on the street.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Full
funny
out slap.
on how things have changed. You know,
There's no.
well, I'm sorry. Let me finish. But how things have changed, because before it was, we're just like you. Let us integrate. We just want to integrate. And now we see this on the air in the Oscars. That, let's be honest, it was primarily a white thing, and now they say you hear a few people say this is between family. Well, we had to witness that, and then they complain Oscar's so white. Now it's integrated, and hey, what happened in front of your eyes? I mean, because some people do like the Oscars. What happened in front of your eyes? That's between family. And again, can you imagine if?
It looks like Oscar's so black now. Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it is what it is, but and it's not, and yeah, it's
In a white world, Will Smith, he should have been friggin' handcuffed, taken off stage, go to prison. You just assaulted a dude. It was
can
ridiculous.
can you imagine if it was Ben Affleck and I don't know, like another white, like I was thinking if it was Ben Affleck who got up on stage and slapped, say, Ben, like got who's a white comedian.
I got one better. I
Yeah,
got one better. First of all, I want a Martin Luther King movie, and I want it to be starred by and played by Michael Caine. And I
yeah.
want Michael Caine to walk up on stage and just smack the shit out of another person. I think it would be hilarious. But we would never do that.
Well,
It's just amazing, man. It's amazing.
yeah. I mean, but say like Jim Carrey was hosting the Oscars and he made a joke at one of Ben's girlfriend's expense, and he walked up on stage and slapped the shit out of him. I mean, what do you
Yeah.
think would have happened, man?
Yeah, no, Michael Caine should walk up on stage to Jim Carrey,
Mm-hmm.
smack him across the face, and then he should go back to his seat and
Mm-hmm.
say, "Keep your mother, keep my wife's M and effing
Name out.
name out your mouth."
Maybe we should do that. Yeah, I mean, should we devolve down to the level? I mean, I don't know. I mean, and there have been things in the Oscars that were kind of inflammatory before, and
Yeah,
violence and lying should be only used in extreme circumstance, mainly self-defense. And
dude, all those people, they're full of it, man. It's just nonsense. It's a nonsense culture. I know that you're a movie guy and you're into that kind of stuff, bro. I'm not. Um, I'm not a tough guy. I'm not a tough guy, but that kind of stuff is just normal around here. And you see a bunch of black celebrities and these ritzy people, and they say, you talk crap on a black dude's wife, that's what you expect. That's what you get. White people, we don't really perform that way. We're kind of chill. You know what I mean? Like, you make a joke, fine. We take a joke. No big deal. But no, it doesn't work that way. Uh, I thought it was. I just thought the whole thing was funny.
you know what I mean? Before I make a comment on that, because I know people, if you say something about their wife, they'll get, they may get violent and stuff, but it is a low life, it is low life regardless of whether it's black or white. It's a low life move. And this was in front of the Oscars. And, you can't, you should be able to handle yourself with some dignity and respect. And it basically showed, to me, like I said, it seemed to show white guilt and black privilege. And both black privilege and white guilt, and it all equals out to woke. Will not debate you, particularly if it's female white guilt, which is woke. They will hurt you. They will try to bankrupt you. They may even try to have you commit suicide, like Megan Hunt did, because they're very vicious people and they're very vindictive. They're like, and I'll bring up my movie reference, but a lot of these white women, you should check out the movie. Check out a woke white woman is like Nurse Ratched in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. They will drive you to suicide. They will humiliate you. They will degrade you in every way. They won't debate you. And if you get them wrong on something, they will be the first to call your employer. Women in general will do that. They're very vindictive in that way. And the left is very, very, very vicious. That's just the way it is. And hopefully, like there's a part of me that does want, where what do you call it? Retribution is coming. You want to see like the tables turn and they get the same behavior that they did to others, the same self-righteous behavior done, what they did to others done to them. There is a part of me that like desires that. You do to me, I do to you. Go ahead, Donnie.
Yeah, man. I'm with you, and um, I don't, I don't see this leftist agenda, this wokeism, as squarely planted at the feet of white women. But yeah, man, white women can be extreme. Women in general can be extremely vicious, and we saw just how vicious they can be with what's his bald-headed milk dud wife? What's her name? Jada. Um,
I would say that Jada Pinkett was the reason he acted on it, and it was female narcissism. But there is a level of female like egotism and fanaticism that has, with Black Lives Matter and stuff, within the white culture. There's a level of like female, almost Paul Pot style female fanaticism in these groups that's really toxic and very dangerous. And
yeah,
they
we
seem to have taken control. Uh,
you saw it in her face, bro, and she manipulated her husband, who, let's be honest, was acting ghetto as heck, and walked up. I mean, like, goodness gracious, on a stage like that, you're gonna just walk up and just smack some dude, and then scream, keep my wife's name out your MF mouth. This is unacceptable. But he got the award afterwards, didn't he? Like nobody cares. It seems like nobody cares. Like, there was a time where if you acting like that would have been completely unbelievable, and you would have been disgraced and banished and shunned. But now apparently it's okay. It's all
I,
good in the hood, homie.
I mean, there are people complaining about it, but my thing is this a byproduct of the woke left? Is this a byproduct of the behavior of the woke left? It seems that way. And again, they don't want to, there are surface issues they don't want to debate or discuss. They just want you to comply. It's not about discussion. It's about compliance. And if you do not comply, they will punish you. And they are very vicious and cruel in their punishment. Uh,
It's a byproduct of multiculturalism. Welcome to the new world.
Well, it's a byproduct of the kind of leftism, and I think if you have the same culture and you have the same rules, but this new kind of woke CRT thing doesn't seem to have clear rules. It's very hypocritical. It's very gaslighty, and they will protect it with extreme viciousness.
Brent, have you checked out the reaction videos going around YouTube from other melanin enriched people?
No,
Well, they tend to have the same assessment.
really.
He deserved to get smacked. That's what they say.
Well, that might.
Now, I'm
Yeah.
not saying that all black people are like some violent, nasty individual, but goodness gracious, they're not white people, and they seem to have come to the conclusion that yeah, Chris Rock should have got rocked. He should have got a smack across the face, and Will Smith was right to do so. We even have black celebrity women that said, mm, "I wish I had a husband like that." Smack the out of somebody. Yes, this is just it's a cultural difference. They're not like us. There's nothing wrong with it.
I think the majority. I got to kind of push back on you, Donning. I think the majority of the people are not on Will's side, and what he did was criminal. But again, this is I do believe, and that'll be for another show, that it is a byproduct of what the left has become, and it seems to be a byproduct of black. This is a kind of black privilege and white guilt. There are nuanced things in between all that, but this kind of thing, whether it be on social media, whether it be on, and whether it be like right now in the Oscars, I heard that they asked Will to leave. He refused, and all things right now are speculative on what has happened and what has not happened. But I think there are a lot of byproducts here. I think we are protecting a lot of vicious and very violent in some cases, very violent, fanatical people. And then there are the people that kind of support them and just look the other way. Dawning, I will end the show. Anything else that you have to add before I call this show a day?
No, brother. I mean, you know, listen, there's wonderful black people out there. But when it comes down to it, we have different cultures, and he smacked the spit right at that fool's mouth. He knocked the black off his face. And what do you want me to do, man? You know what I mean? Like, I see people condoning it. There's some people that are condemning it. Some people call it fake. Some people say it's real. I don't like it. Just looked like another day in the hood, as far as I'm concerned. Maybe I'm wrong. Much love to everybody, and especially much love to white people.
Well, don't talk no smack about about Will Smith's wife. Keep your name out of his mouth. That's what he told you. But no, I mean, more is to come on that. We'll see how Chris Rock responds. And human beings are not above redemption, but this behavior was unusual. And we're seeing kind of a fanaticism within our culture that does not debate and has led to a degeneracy of our culture because we're not examining things as fully as we can. And it's part of it is the censorship and the viciousness of those who are protecting the woke faith. It's a faith. It's a religion. They'll say they're not part of it, but they are. That's why they shut things down. Anyway, this has been Brian with Transparency and Merit. Like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, particularly if you disagree with me. Don't be sensitive. Sensitivity is a weakness, and ego is also a weakness. Anyway, thanks for listening. Enjoy the rest of your day.